Just a minute. Nice costume. Where's your bag?
I tell you, I get no respect.
Hello there, I'm Holly, and welcome back to another Weirdness Really Bad show.
And I'm Dave, and thanks for joining us once again, where we share another classic public domain TV show along with some of our own original comedy sketches.
And by classic TV, he means cheap.
You got me wrong, Holly. Classic TV means classic TV.
Really?
Really? It's the public domain part that's cheap.
See, I knew cheap was in there somewhere. Anyway, we also bring you a classic serial episode, and today we have episode 3 of the live-action kids serial, Diver Dan.
So, did you bring your swimsuit?
Why would I bring my swimsuit?
For the Diver Dan segment.
Dave, I'll bring my swimsuit when you bring the beach.
But I don't have the beach.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Well, but I do have an extra large economy-sized bag of kitty litter.
Well, that's not gonna work.
Why not?
Because they don't like cats in the studio.
No swimsuit?
No swimsuit. How about instead you just tell us what today's show is?
Hey, I'll give you a hint. Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men?
Taylor Swift?
Right, and then she writes a song about it.
Okay, you know what, since Dave's not going to tell us about the episode, maybe we better take a break and then get on with our show this week.
You know what, I can't believe that you would wear a swimsuit for Superhero 101 and you won't wear it for our show.
Superhero 101? Dave, that was like 3 years and 1 baby ago.
Oh, my how time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah, fun. We'll be right back.
Picture of me in your wallet.
Huh?
I said, do you carry a picture of me in your wallet?
Where do you get this stuff from?
It's a quiz here in the lifestyle section.
Oh, brother.
So do ya?
As a matter of fact, I do.
How sweet. Why?
Whenever I have a problem, no matter how impossible, I just look at your picture and the problem disappears.
I didn't know I did that for you. How does it work?
Look, whenever I have a problem, I open my wallet, I look at your picture, and I think, no matter how big this problem is, it's not as big as this one.
I'm Grace, and here's another aging tip. You know, life is like a roll of toilet paper. The closer it gets to the end, the faster it goes.
time for another episode of Diver Dan. Diver Dan is a mix of live action, puppetry, and 2 huge fish tanks. 104 episodes were shot in 1961 and sold to local stations for kids programming, like Captain Penny in Cleveland. In the show, 2 giant fish tanks were made, one for the long shots and the other for close-ups were made so that cameramen could film the live action with fish swimming throughout the shoot. So get ready as we present episode number 3 of Diver Dan, Talking Fish. Let's get started.
Below in the deep there's adventure and danger. That's where you'll find Diver Dan. The sights that he sees are surprising and stranger than ever you'll see on the land.
Diver Dan, our hero, is the good fish's friend. He'll champion justice right to the end. Dan has descended to search for lost gold. So please join us as these adventures unfold.
Oh, we knew you'd help, Miss Minerva.
I hope we're in time.
The poor little thing has had quite a scare, and a very traumatic experience, I might say.
Poor little thing. Did the Baron frighten you? But boys, she doesn't look right. You said she was bright as a coin.
Oh, she's not gold anymore.
Not a good symptom at all. Dreadful experience for the poor little thing.
Doc, can you help her?
Well, seems to me she needs a remedy.
She was bright as gold when we left her.
Finley, I think that's it. Let's try some gold.
Gold? Oh, there are lots of gold coins in Skipper Kipper's ship.
Good. Quick, boys, go get one.
We'll take her to my place. Hurry, Finley.
Fast as I can, Miss Minerva. Oh, I do hope Skipper Kipper's gold will cure her. Goodness, what's this? What can it... Oh, of course. It's the monster. The human from above. Excuse me, sir. Didn't mean to bump you.
What? Did I hear something?
I said excuse me.
But you're talking.
Oh, I didn't mean to call you a monster.
A talking fish. But this is impossible.
But, sir, I'm in an awful hurry.
I can't believe it.
Oh, but I really am. I'd like to stay and be polite, but we must save Goldie.
Wait, please.
Oh, I have to hurry.
Finley will be back soon. Doc, will she be all right?
I think so. I hope the remedy will pull her through. If we can just put her gold back into circulation, she'll recover. Finley must have the gold by now.
Well, thanks, Skipper.
It's quite all right, Finley. You're welcome to it. Those coins have been cluttering up my forecastle for months. Careful, son. Don't try to talk. You'll drop the coin. Hurry now. Hope the little goldfish recovers.
It's that talking fish again. Hello there. Hello. Well, I guess I was imagining it. My fish can't talk. I wonder if I'm getting enough air through this hose.
No time to talk now. I have to help Goldie. This coin from the old ship may cure her.
Why, he is talking. And carrying a coin. A gold coin. What an adventure. I wonder where he found that gold coin.
The old ship must be somewhere nearby.
I do hope Finley hurries, Doc. Oh, here he comes now.
Oh, thank goodness. Now, Finley, see if you can get her to take some.
Oh, it's much too big for her. She can't take a pill like that, Doc.
What'll we do? Minerva, get Sam the sawfish. He can cut off a little bit.
Good idea. Sam Sawfish.
Yes, Miss Minerva.
Sam, would you cut off a tiny piece of this coin for Goldie?
No trouble at all.
Not too big, Sam.
Why, of course. That sawdust from the coin is exactly right. Gold dust. Oh, great. She's getting some of it already.
Fine. That should do it.
What's up, what? Shh. They've given the little fish some gold. But, boss, quiet. I told you to call me Baron, stupid. Okay, Baron, stupid. All right, shh, everybody. Watch now. Quiet. Oh, good. Wonderful. She's a comet. Fine. Come on, Trigger. Let's go get that gold for ourselves. I'm not even sick. Shut up, or you will be. Come on.
This is the ship that's laden with gold. The Baron and Trigger will head for its hold. Old Skipper's unaware of what is in store. So be with us next time when you will learn more.
He moves among creatures of frightening features, flashing teeth, slashing jaws, laughing and snapping claws. He protects and he saves his friends under the waves. That's where you'll find Diver Dan.
And what is your name?
It's Jim.
And what do you do here?
Just waiting.
How much do you make a week?
Make about $300 a week.
Fine. Here's your $300. Now get out and don't come back.
That's what you want.
Oh, hi, boss.
Hi, Dave. Do you know what Jim does here?
Yeah, he delivers pizza for the shop around the corner. He was just waiting for his money. Do you know where he went?
Well, it's time for our TV episode, which some of you may have guessed from the opening segment is The Shadow.
That's right. Now, there's not a lot of media that The Shadow hasn't been a part of. From pulp fiction novels to a long-running radio series to a movie serial to movies to television and back to its original print form in the form of a comic book.
And today we're showing an episode that was filmed for the 1954 TV series, which starred Tom Helmore as Lamont Cranston.
And today we have one of those surviving episodes, The Case of the Cotton Kimono.
Dave, don't you think it would be so cool to cloud men's minds so they can't see you?
That's no big deal, Holly.
How can you say that being invisible is no big deal?
I've been doing it since I was 5 years old.
You've been making yourself invisible since you were 5.
Oh, yeah.
Really? Would you care to demonstrate this talent of yours?
Well, I kind of hate to show off.
Oh, no, go ahead. Really, show off. I really want to see this.
Well, if you insist.
Oh, I insist.
All right, here I go. I am now invisible.
I hate to tell you this, but you're not invisible.
I'm not? Let me try it again. I am now invisible.
No, you're not.
I'm now invisible.
I don't think so. You know, but I think we'd better start the shadow.
I don't understand. My mother always said I was invisible. Let me try it again.
I am now invisible.
Nope. Roll the film, Eugene.
I'm now invisible?
No.
Now?
Nope.
This was where it started. Suddenly and began the case of the cotton kimono.
Just a moment, darling. Just a moment. Somebody's in an awful hurry. I'm sorry I wasn't dressed for you yet, sweetheart. I was just...
Good evening, Margot, Lamont. Sorry to walk in on you like this.
We were on our way to the theater.
We are on our way to the theater.
Well,
Aren't we?
Guess I owe the department something for that retainer they send me every month. Afraid you'll have to throw yourself on the... Margot?
I know the Commissioner Mercy. I haven't seen a play in 6 months.
I'm sorry. Homicide needs the help of a criminal psychologist.
Well, what's it all about?
The cotton kimono killing. And a detective named Springfield. The girl was killed on the 4th. Up to date, we've gotten practically nowhere.
Where does Detective Harris from Springfield come in?
Well, Springfield was Sissy Chadwick's hometown.
Harris was assigned to the case?
Well, the girl had only been in New York for a few months. So we contacted Springfield. We got a lot of pretty useless data. Then 4 days ago, Detective Harry Harris of the Springfield Police entered the case. He's been at it like a Trojan ever since. I think he needs the kind of help you can give.
What's his trouble?
I brought him along.
Show him in, Margot.
I really think he could tell you better himself.
Drop in any time, Commissioner. And bring your friends.
Thank you, Lamont.
I'd like to see him alone, Commissioner.
Oh, certainly, of course.
Come right in, Mr. Harris. Sit down, won't you?
Thanks.
Well, how do you like our large and noisy city?
Don't get to see much of it. I'm at work by 7 in the morning. I'm at home by 10 p.m. You see, I knew Sissy since she was a kid. I knew her people, Mr. Cranston.
What have you found out so far?
Not too much. They didn't locate the murder gun until today. Found it in the grating behind the Madison apartments where Sissy lived.
It's been traced?
Yeah. Stolen from Louis Mendy's pawn shop on 6th Avenue.
What about the girl? Did she have any underworld tie-ins?
I don't think so.
Any enemies?
None that I heard of.
Any boyfriends?
Yeah. Alex Brom. Oregon 75883. He's a shipping clerk.
Of course you went to see him.
With a couple of boys in uniform. I don't want to sound like a wise guy, but they let him get away with murder.
You went only once?
No. I went a second time. He didn't like the questions I was asking.
Miss Lane, may I present Mr. Braun?
Good evening, Mr. Brom. You're not married, are you, Mr. Brom? You know, you don't have to answer. Of course you're not. I've never seen a more totally male apartment.
Are you two in the right place?
Oh, undoubtedly. You know, this could be a charming room.
Mr. Braun doesn't believe in the decorative Margot. Except, unless I'm mistaken, for this. A little out of key, wouldn't you say, Alex?
Yeah, put that down. Put that down and get out of here.
My name's Cranston, Lamont Cranston. You may think of me as an emissary of Mr. Harris, the little man who dropped around here a couple of times.
A couple of times? Where'd you get a couple of times? That hind has been on my back morning, noon, and night. I get up and go to sleep with him looking down at me.
He's been here more than twice?
I lost count of the times. So you tell him, will you? Will you tell him you might as well lay off me because you'll get nothing more out of me?
I don't understand that, Braun. You keep the dead girl's picture so she can't be too bad a memory, and yet you refuse to help us.
I can't help you any more than I have. I told Harris everything I know, but he keeps on after me. If I could help you catch a guy that killed Sissy, why should I hold out after what he did to her?
Lamont. I'll be in the car.
Pretty broken up, aren't you? Were you in love with her? It won't help to lie, Braun. They've traced the murder gun to a pawn shop in 6th Avenue. The proprietor, Louis Mendes, won't have much trouble identifying the man who stole it.
By the time I got there that night, she was dead. She was a nice kid. She worked in an office 5 days a week. Wasn't interested in running around. Wasn't interested in anything, I guess, much except me and the job and her singing lesson. Her singing lesson?
She took singing lesson?
This guy she took from. Yeah, he used to call her after hours, bothering her when he had no business. And then one night I got sore.
What did she say?
Well, she understood. She admitted he was nuts about her. She said she was going to tell him once and for all to cut it out the very next day.
When was this?
Let me see. Yeah, it was the day before she... It was the 3rd of February.
Who is he?
I'm not accusing anybody.
Who is he?
Grimbauer, Rollo Grimbauer. He's over on 58th Street in the Dunwoody Studios.
Now, Miss Bettinger, let's go on up. Very nice, by the way. Very nice. Not a great voice, Mrs. Bettinger's, but she has the will to sing. That's all I require of my pupils, the will to sing.
Very democratic of you. Of course, it doesn't hurt anything if they also have blonde hair, blue eyes, and hail from the Midwest with figures that remain glamorous even in a cotton kimono.
Do you have a warrant, sir, that permits you to come here and question me?
No.
Then how dare you, sir? My time is worth $20 an hour, and for the untalented is unavailable at any price. You're disturbing this lady. Go on, Mrs. Bettinger. Good day, sir.
Have it your own way, Professor. But it won't take long to get a warrant, or even a subpoena.
I'm afraid I'll have to put you to that trouble.
Don't apologize. It'll be a pleasure. had worse ideas.
Then what?
Deciding to wait here over a soothing cup of coffee. We're going to need help on this, milady. Help from an old friend.
The shadow?
Is he there? You're quite sure? Very well. I want you to take this message. Tell him that... Message? Oh, yes, message. I think I'd best call back later. I don't know, What's that? What's wrong with you? I heard a laugh.
Have no fear for your sanity, Grimbar. You're too shallow and evil for that escape.
Who's there?
I am the Shadow.
The Shadow?
Only the guilty need fear me, and I see the terror in your eyes, my friend. I'm all around you, here at your side, though your eyes see nothing. You cannot escape me, Grimbar.
What do you want of me?
Justice for the death of Sissy Chadwick.
No, I didn't kill her. I swear it. I swear.
You cannot lie to me. The Shadow knows.
No, I'm not lying. I was in love with her, but I didn't kill her.
Then who did? Who did?
This much I know, this much I'll tell you. The night before she was killed, I went to call on her. She didn't expect me. I walked in without knocking.
Go on.
And do you know who was there with her in her room?
Who?
It was the man.
Wouldn't some hot buttered popcorn hit the spot right now? Extra fluffy, extra big kernels of it popped to perfection. Then drenched with the golden goodness of pure sweet creamery butter. Can't you just taste it? We heat the container extra high, but you better buy 2 more for the rest of the family. Piping hot, golden buttered popcorn at the refreshment center right now.
And now meet the star of our show. Symbol of a treat that quality made famous. America's most famous ice cream treat. Eskimo pie. Creamy, delicious ice cream made even more exciting with smooth, rich chocolate coating. And wearing the label of quality, known the world over. Eskimo Pie, the treat you know is tops because it carries its pledge of quality right on the back of the bag. Be sure you save the bags for valuable premiums. Get famous Eskimo Pie at our refreshment stand now. It's America's anytime taste treat. Finest ice cream, finest chocolate. It's delicious.
How did you get in here?
I had a key made.
All right, this time we play no questions and answers.
I didn't come for questions and answers. I'm going to take you down.
What?
I'm going to take you down and prove a murder rap.
What?
You're going, even if it's for my murder. You're going. You had an argument with her. Was that it? She kissed you off, maybe. You got there early and killed her because you were sore. Was that the way it was? I don't know. Maybe you didn't kill her. I don't know anymore.
Look, Harris. You're dead on your feet. You've been going on like this for hours.
It was my angle. My suspect. Look, will you do me a favor? Leave me alone with him.
Look, pal, why don't you let me...
I brought him in, remember?
Yeah, but do you know what you're doing?
Something I gotta do. I gotta.
Come on, Casman. If you don't, we will.
Now comes the tough part. Getting you in here was a walk away. Getting you out isn't going to be so easy.
What are you talking about?
I've thought this thing through now. Put two and two together. You didn't kill her, Alex.
Yeah, then get me out of here.
That's what I said isn't going to be so easy. Maybe. Maybe. That's the angle.
What do you mean?
Reasonable doubt. That's it. Reasonable doubt. Now look. There was a murder committed here in the city today. One they're sure that was done by the same guy that killed Sissy Chatwick. Now listen. I'm going to call him back in here. And I'm going to ask you where you were at 4 p.m. today. That's the time of the murder. Are you listening? What's the matter? I got to sell you on the idea of getting you out of here alive? Now look, I'm going to ask you a question. You're going to say you were out in the island at Rego Park. You were out of the city, get it? You were no place near where the murder happened. Repeat it. Repeat it!
Oh, I was out on the island in Rego Park.
Good. You'll be back in your own bed before midnight. Okay, fellas, you can come inside. He feels different now. Gonna answer a few more questions. It's a rule with me, always to nail a killer when I see one. Okay, here we go again. Where were you at 4 p.m. today?
I was out on the island in Rego Park.
That do it?
Okay. Take him, Casman.
Hey, what's this? You told us, chum. You took care of the Chadwick dame, and then you took care of Mendy's.
Mendy's, eh? The pawnbroker you stole the murder gun from.
And when we found the gun today and we traced it, you knew you had to kill him fast to keep him from identifying it.
I didn't have anything to do with it. 4 o'clock this afternoon.
In his house, in Regal Park.
I don't know that I should do this. It's probably not too wise of me, Mr. Harris not being at home, but... Oh, you two do have such honest faces. I don't think he could mind. Oh, and you mustn't mind if I sneak in here in a few minutes to make the bed. You may think it's a little peculiar, my making the bed so late at night, but, you know, when I have a roomer who's away all day and I can count on his absence, I take advantage of it to do all the little things I miss. So, going to the circulating library, you know, devoting a little time to myself. You won't mind, will you?
Of course not. Charming, isn't she?
Hmm?
What's that?
A round-trip ticket from Springfield. How long did the commissioner say the little man had been in town?
4 days. Why?
Very peculiar when you come to think of it.
What is?
That Sissy Chadwick should be wearing a cotton kimono to have dinner with her #1 guy. Would she, taking it for granted that she was an average young woman?
Of course she wouldn't. Why didn't I think of that? Unless, of course, everything she owned was at the cleaners, or she didn't have anything else to wear.
Look, do me a favor, will you?
Mm-hmm.
Hop over to her apartment. Take a look at what she had in her closet.
Oh, I do hope I'm not being a bother.
All right, Lamont. You'll be back, won't you?
I'll meet you back at the house.
Darling little thing. Pretty as a picture. I suppose you'll find it hard to believe, but I looked very much like that when I was her age. Matter of fact, people used to call me Dolly, though that isn't my name at all. My name's Henrietta.
How long has Mr. Harris been staying with you, Miss Henrietta? 4 or 5 days?
Why, no, indeed. No, he came here on a Monday, as I remembered. That's been 2 weeks ago. Not that I don't enjoy your company, but will you be staying much longer?
I'm going to have to stay, Miss Henrietta. You've been housing a murderer.
Miss Lane, isn't it?
Oh, Mr. Harris, my heart. What are you doing here?
Thinking. And you?
I'd like to take a peek in his closet. May I?
No law against it.
Thanks a lot. It's an idea of Mr. Cranston's. Why, she had lots of things. Plenty of things.
How's that?
Mr. Harris, you can leave Brahm out of your thinking.
What do you mean, leave him out of my thinking? He's booked for murder.
Then they've got to let him go.
Why?
Because he's innocent. It may take time to prove, but he's innocent.
He's being held for murder, miss. And he did it.
That's not true.
I happen to know my business.
I'm sorry, Mr. Harris.
You say Cranston told you to come up here?
That's right.
Why?
Well, it's very simple if you'll just listen. Somebody else got here before Brahm did the night of the murder. After all, a girl with a closet full of nice clothes isn't going to be wearing a cotton kimono to have a romantic dinner. It's ridiculous.
Is it?
After all, she loved him.
I wouldn't be so fast with ridiculous, Miss Lane. Ridiculous to you, maybe, with what little you know. But if she was going to get dressed up pretty, she didn't have much time to do it in.
Why not?
Because she was in that kimono 10 minutes before he got here. People are always so fast and loose with their talk about love.
10 minutes? How do you know?
If you're waiting for him, you'll have a long wait, Mr. Cranston.
I will. He told me he was home by 10 every night.
Why did he say a thing like that? He never comes home before 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. I've often wondered where he goes at night this way. I never did ask him, but one time, and he answered me so strangely.
What did he say?
He said he'd been with the girl he loved. Don't you think that's strange? The girl he'd loved.
Any idea who that could be?
Not unless it's the young lady in the picture.
What picture?
I really shouldn't know about this, but you won't tell, will you? Her.
I have a feeling you understand how it was. And you wouldn't want to cause me any more trouble after all I've had. But you'd have to, Miss Lane, wouldn't you? You gotta realize I can't take any chances on... I'm not a... What's happening to me?
The shadow.
Who's that? What was that laugh? This is a trick.
No, Mr. Harris. You are the trickster. You've murdered a girl because she didn't love you and put the man she loved behind bars. That's quite a trick, Mr. Harris.
Who are you?
You killed Grimbar to keep him from talking, and you killed Mendes.
Why did I kill Mendes?
You didn't want the pawnbroker to save Brom from the chair by telling the police he wasn't the man who robbed his shop on the night of the 3rd. Did I say trickster? You're a magician, Mr. Harris.
Who are you?
I am the shadow, the fear of retribution in men's minds. I am justice. Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men? The shadow knows.
The Weirdness Really Bad Movie sadly presents the Weirdness Thought of the Week.
To be sure of winning, invent your own game, and be sure to tell none of the other players the rules.
And now, it's showtime.
So then this guy says, you need to hire me because I'm the most qualified for the job. Then I told him, hey, look, Buster, if we started hiring qualified people around here, then the rest of us would be out of a job. Yeah. I thought that was pretty good myself. Oh, look, I gotta go, Charlene. The next victim, interview's here. Bye.
Miss Antel, I'm Dave Binkley. I was told to report to you for an interview.
Did Simon say to sit down?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, just kidding. Go ahead, sit down. Oh, Simon says to sit down.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I said, I was just looking at your file here. Now, first of all, I want you to know that we have put you through a thorough and rigorous background check, and that just came back to me.
How did it come back?
Boring.
No, it's the same thing my ex-wife said. Hey, wait a minute. Isn't that a picture of my two boys there?
No, don't be surprised. I did tell you we put you through a thorough and rigorous background check. Now, let me see. I see here that you were once a victim of identity theft.
Yeah, 3 years ago.
And what happened?
Well, they brought it back the next week. Boring. Yeah, I know.
Well, the last thing we have to do is a personality profile test.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, well, let me see. Where in the world did I put that? Oh, here it is.
Hey, that's an elephant that stepped on an ant.
What are you talking about?
That ink blotter you've got there.
That's not an ink blotter. That's what I spilled my coffee on yesterday.
Oh.
So, here it is. Now, okay, what I have for you is a word association test.
How does that work?
Well, I say a word, and then you say the first thing that pops into your mind.
Oh, women.
But wait until we get started here.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Now, men.
Women.
Mustard.
Ketchup.
Ketchup.
Pickle.
Pickles.
Hamburger.
Hamburger.
French fries.
French fries.
Sally Ann.
Sally Ann?
Yeah, Sally Ann's the gal at the diner who serves me my hamburger with mustard, ketchup, and pickle, and a side order of French fries.
I see.
Sight impaired.
No.
Yes.
Stop.
Begin.
Will you cut it out?
Surgeon. No, Jack the Ripper. Creature of the Black Lagoon. That's my favorite.
Inspecting turret tops as they come off the assembly line is a made-to-order job for James Scott, a regular cloud biter who looks low to see how things are on the top. It isn't hard for him to look over a hard top. Starting with these violin cases, size 17, and measuring carefully, we find that Jim is just exactly 7 feet 3 inches tall, although he's only 22 years old. He's inclined to look down on people, but then, what can you expect from that altitude?
Hi, and welcome to the Weirdness Restaurant Quiz. Question number 1. Why do they place 2 forks at a place setting? A. One is for your salad. B. The hostess doesn't know how to count. 3. The busboy dropped one on the floor and he forgot which one it was. D. You use it to harpoon the waiter when you're ready to order.
And question number 2. When entering a restaurant, the hostess will A. Seat you, B. Beat you, 3. Ignore you, or D. Nothing because you're supposed to seat yourself.
Okay now, ready? Question number 3. If you are satisfied with your dining experience, you should do what to your server? A. Tip them at least 10%. B. Trip them. Number 3. Give them a tip to the third race at Northfield Park. Or D. Nothing, because McDonald's employees are not allowed to accept tips.
And our fourth and final question. What should you do when exiting the restaurant? A. Take a to-go menu in case you wish to call in and order later. B. Take a regular-sized menu so you won't need to put on your reading glasses when you make that order. 3. Fill out a nasty comment card and put someone else's name on it. Or D. Run like hell because you didn't pay your check.
Say, you gals think you're lucky you can get Swanson TV turkey dinners, but I say Swanson TV turkey dinners are a bigger break for husbands. Now, you take me. I can be early, I can be late, I can bring pals to dinner anytime I please, and get this, my wife never panics. She just takes Swanson TV turkey dinners from the freezing compartment of our refrigerator when I'm a little off schedule. Oh, and right you are, Jack. And that is because Mary Lou knows that she can have a swell dinner ready in just 25 minutes. Right. And talk about easy. Well, she just pops Swanson TV turkey dinners in a hot oven. You know, they're oven ready in individual heat and serve trays. With Swanson TV turkey dinners, you just heat and you serve big and hearty slices of moist, tender Swanson turkey with grand giblet gravy and special cornbread dressing and fluffy whipped sweet potatoes with golden Swanson butter and garden fresh peas with more butter. Mother Murphy, lucky me. My wife uses Swanson TV turkey dinners. And make your husband lucky, too. Get Swanson TV turkey dinners, Swanson TV fried chicken dinners, Swanson TV beef dinners from your grocer's big freezer.
Well, it looks like that's all the time we have for our show for this week. And it looks like Dave finally did make himself disappear. We'd love to hear from you. So email us at reallyBadMovie@rocketmail.com and let us know if you have a favorite sketch or a favorite show. And keep up with what we're up to on our website at weirdnessreallybadmovie.com. Dave, you are not invisible.
Yeah, I know I had to turn myself visible again.
What, so you could read the kitchen?
I can't help it. Whenever I turn invisible, it makes me really hungry.
So does reading the newspaper and watching television, tying your shoes.
Hey, if you want to email us...
Dave, I already did that.
Oh, well, then you need to check out our website.
Did that too.
Looks like my work is done for this week then.
Brother.
Holly! Where did you go? Holly just disappeared. Holly? We'll see everyone next week on the Weirdness Really Bad Movie Show. Holly! Holly!
I cannot believe that Dave actually thinks he can disappear.